Winter can be a tough time of year for fly anglers. Between the snow, ice, and cold temperatures, day-to-day tasks are never easy on the water. During this time of year, most hang up the waders and station themselves in front of the tying vise, which isn't a bad option at all in my opinion. After 3 months of sitting in front of the vise though, I get a little bit restless myself. And as the winter goes on, cabin fever starts to really take over, and it's nice to take advantage of some nice weather, even some not so nice weather, and get some much needed time on the water. So it's been a while since I've been out fishing, and I really needed a day on the water. So I texted Dan, said, hey, let's get out and do some fishing. He's been fishing a lot here lately. We picked today, and there was actually a lot of snow back home, but as we were coming down off the ridge, as you can see, not nearly as much down here, and it's actually a little warmer. It's in the upper 30s. So we're really hoping to get into some fish. I really have the itch. I got cabin fever bad. There we go. Fish number one. Got that rainbow warrior right in the top of his lip here. Yeah, let's get this guy back in. That water is cold. I was kind of really trying to lob it up there and float it till it came in the sight or the end of my line there, and then pick it up as it came in, and I was tight lining towards the bottom, and once that nymph got low enough, that's where the take was. Well, Dan, same spot I was, first cast for him.
Spot on. One of these holdover rainbows.
These are all actually some pretty decent fish here. A little late on my hook. Looks like we got a little rainbow. Actually, a nicer rainbow. Good fish. Fought hard too. I'll take that any day. And that one came on a live legs hare's ear with a good hot spot on it.
Okay, so something that Doug and I are doing right now, and this is an approach we like to take with a lot of promising runs that we know there are multiple fish holding in this particular run. is we'll start out with a light bead, 3.0 millimeter bead. So we fished it through, picked up a couple of fish, and then we switched over to 1/8 millimeter or 3.3 mil, and picked up some fish on that. So now we're fishing what we call a jiggly bugger, pretty much a jig hook woolly bugger with a 4.0 millimeter bead. So I'm really getting low now. That's a good drift right there. That is money. Little wild brown. I'd say this stream, we've been fishing this stream for about 2 years now, and they used to stock it. They don't stock it anymore, but they literally quit stocking it, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, and we're still catching holdover bows. But there's a nice brown. Hopefully these browns are going to start to take up residence and kind of take over, because there's nothing better than Pennsylvania wild brown trout. There's a pretty little one too. So just a little bit about strategy today. So it is winter time, the water is low and it's clear, so long, soft casts are going to be really important. We're going to really have to use a stealthy approach as we pick apart this skinny water here. All right, another little buttery brown. Oh, little brown. A lot of little browns today. Nice brown. Nicer.
Really nice seam right on the edge here that you can see, and that is where traditionally that's been a very good place to pick up a few trout on both sides of this run coming in actually. And Dan just picked up that brown right in there. Interesting to note here was a little bit ago when we were fishing, we actually saw a little black stonefly kind of flapping across the water there, which is really neat. We're at that point in the winter where you're going to start seeing the little black stoneflies, some of the blue-winged golubs and things like that. So the bug activity is starting to increase, which is super exciting because that means maybe a few weeks from now we might be getting some dry fly fishing in the winter.
Doug is picking up the browns. I want a brown.
Okay, all right. Actually, this one's a brown. We're still using that little, I hook came right out. But, good fish. Real pretty little thing. And it is so much fun. You can see how glassy this stretch is. We got those little foam things just kind of on the line right there on the tippet. And not a whole lot of depth there, but just taking it down through. Those fish are grabbing it. That was the fourth or fifth one we got out of here. Okay, that was a classic wintertime grab in this tail out here. Good brown trout. Nice fish. It's one of the nicer browns we caught today. Well, to be honest, it doesn't look real natural. I don't know if it's a stalked fish or what, but the fins look actually pretty good on it. But I'm just terrible at being able to tell that. So if you think that you can tell what that is, just leave a comment. Let us know. And if there's any like key indicators that you guys look for, drop that comment down below, and I'd be interested to know. I saw that one.
Yep. Well, there's a fish. So we know there's at least one more in there. Might have been another fish. So chalk it up to 2 more.
Yeah, he's getting a little jumpy.
Whew. I was gonna lose him there for a second. Look at that rainbow. That's a really pretty rainbow.
Doug just rolled another one.
This hole is loaded with fish. And I'll tell you what, this little hack is awesome. And it really helps you to save money, because whenever you're done with these indicators, you basically have to throw them away if you buy them in a fly shop and things like that. So, you know, craft store foam, essentially. Just some sticky foam from the craft store. You get a whole 8x11 sheet for 89 cents. And you cannot beat that.
And the nice thing too about this indicator, you can get some distance, you know, because this is skinny water, so you can't really tight line on top of these fish or they're gonna spook. Dang.
Woo, wind's starting to pick up, so this is even working out that this is what we're doing, is a suspension rig with that wind. Makes it tough.
Doug's ripping them in here.
Another rainbow here, but I will tell you what, boy does it feel good to get some fishing in. It's been a long winter here so far, and just to get out in the stream and get rid of that cabin fever, boy does it feel good. Dan just hooked into probably the nicest brown of the day. Okay, check that out. That is a brook trout right there. That is a nice fish too. We do know that the further up you go in this stream, there's native brook trout way up. So I don't know if in the winter that guy must have come down or something. I did not expect to catch a nice brook trout like that in here. So I don't know. call it a day here. We're headed back up the mountain, and as we're heading up, we're just starting to see a whole lot more snow laying on the ground. So it was nice to have that little bit of a reprieve, get out for a little bit. It's still a little bit warm outside. We're in the 40s now, so some of the snow is starting to melt, but you know, hopefully spring comes here pretty soon.